Hello and welcome to this video where I am going to be going over the Necroids Species Pack. Now Paradox has graciously given me early access to the pack so that I can have a look at all the juicy little details and pass it along to you, the viewer, so you may decide whether it is something that you might want to pick up or not. So of course, without further ado, I should get into here and have a look. And of course, the first place to start would be to create a new empire using some of these lovely Necroids. So let's going into it and we'll figure out which ones we like, which ones we maybe don't like, because you know, not every portrait in every species pack is a winner. And I think that the same is probably the case here. But let's start off with the first one. We have the guy, the main dude that's been on all the promotional material for it, and he looks pretty awesome. Honestly, I'm going to say he's probably my favorite of all of the species that we see here. I like him a lot. We've obviously, of course, got different color variants, 4 variants for him, which is quite nice. So yeah, he's pretty cool. I've got this guy as well. I like this one quite a lot as well because, you know, it's basically a dead dude in a spacesuit, and you can't really go wrong with that. As for color variants, we've got a few. Again, 4 color variants, some kind of rather nice ones. I'm not going to go through all the color variants, but just a reminder, they've got color variants. We've got this molluscoid looking fella, which is interesting. He doesn't really look too dead, in my opinion. These guys definitely look like they fit Necroid, but I mean, I could see this guy in molluscoid, honestly. He doesn't look like he really... He looks like he fits here, but he could also fit elsewhere, is what I'm trying to say. The same goes for this guy, although, I mean, his head is sort of incorporeal, which is he's like a ghost in a suit, so I quite like this one as well. It's okay. We've got a sort of a priest kind of guy, which, you know, I'm a fan of. He's looks like he's more a humanoid that is worshipping the Necroids rather than a Necroid himself. But that's just, you know, it works still. It works. I like it. More very molluscoid or maybe arthropodic. This one's more an arthropodic type of Necroid. But you know, it's nice though. It's kind of got like this shroud kind of head going on. It's pretty cool. Some more ones. This, I don't really know what to make of this. Is this the head, or is this whole thing the head? Is this like a beard or a cloak? I'm not sure. It's not one of my favorites, if I'm being honest. This one, however, is pretty cool. It reminds me very much of, if I can find him real quick, is he an arthropod? No, he's a fungoid. He reminds me quite a lot of this guy, because it's sort of like he's a race that's being infected. This one's sort of a race that's being infected by technology, maybe? I like it. This one's a winner. This one is a winner. I like that one. We've also got this worm in a jar. People have been asking for, you know, an ocean species pack for quite a while, and I guess this is now the closest you're going to get. I think having these guys on ocean world preference would be probably where I'd like to go with that. It sort of fits along with there's one of these that I'm looking for. Is he a robot actually? Yeah, he sort of fits along with this guy. You know, he's got a little dome, he's got a little glass ball that he's living in. But yeah, it's nice. I like the, you know, it's a lot higher graphical fidelity than this one, for example. And you know, it just shows that they're putting more into it, which is nice. I got this fella, which is another one that I'm not a massive fan of. It seems like something you'd kind of see in Star Wars, if I'm being honest. It's okay. It's not my favorite though. Same with this one. It looks okay. It sort of looks like a shamanistic kind of, you know, rolling the knuckle bones kind of death magic kind of going on. It's all right. It's cool. We got Jeff. Not much to say about Jeff. He's got the best chin in the game. He's all right. This smiling fella, I like this one a lot. This one is one of my favorites. That is a huge grin that he's got going on there, and I'm entirely in favor of it. Then last two, we've got this guy who's sort of a vampire-like creature. I like this one a lot as well. This one's pretty damn nice, and he reminds me somewhat of an avian, perhaps, that we've already got. Is it an avian? There's one that he reminds me of very much so, all that we've already got, and that is this guy here. Sort of. It's close. It's close. There's a mammalian that looks a bit like one as well. Yeah, there's this Smiler as well is another one that looks relatively similar. It's sort of like a mix in between the two of them. But yeah, this is now the new vampire kind of species if you're wanting to run as vampires. I have ran, vampire style games before. And I feel like I didn't use this one. I feel like there is something else that I used, but I might be wrong, and it's probably not worth my time looking through them to remember from something that I played a very, very long time ago. He's pretty smiley as well. But yeah, that is the vampire race. And then finally we have this guy he looks a bit more regal, a bit more serious. Maybe a diplomatic playthrough would very much suit this fella. He's another winner. I'd say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 absolute winners. There's a couple that are a bit iffy, and then the rest are just okay. It's a fairly decent when it comes to species, I would say. So let's choose this one and move on to, of course, the name lists, because the name lists are actually really quite nice. I had a look through some of these, and they're fun. So onto the first one, we've got the De Helsing, of course, being named after Van Helsing, I guess. Some really nice names in here. Get rid of the prefix. No one needs those. A Tuppenny Gasforth. It's just such a cool name. Necroid 2, sort of a very aliens kind of language. It doesn't really have anything special in there. Although in fleet names, On Hope Alone, From Times Ahead, With Gentle Hand, like some kind of poetic stuff in here. Where versus the first one where it's like Scurolus Fleet, Featherwisp Fleet, etc. Necroid 3. We have some, alien-style names again, ones that you can't really pronounce very well. Procession of Hukwa, Cortege of Mokdal. There's some interesting stuff in there. And the Necroid 4 is, again, a bit more of the, alien style. Some interesting stuff in there. The fleet names, Distressed Armada, Mortified Armada, these kind of things are pretty cool. But yeah, I like the name list, they're pretty good there. Ship names, Gone, Constant Requiem. It's like, okay, Poe, just calm down. Species names as well, got some interesting ones in here, but again, you're probably better off just naming them yourself. Armorican, interesting one, okay. Something, with Mord in the name, or Des for like desiccated or something. There's some stuff you can make with the species names that might be quite nice. Of course, we've got new city appearance as well. We've got the Necroid city, which I'm going to say is probably my new favorite. Often I've been, no matter what I've been going with, usually going with either mammalian or reptilian. Doesn't matter what kind of species I go with. But I think now Necroid is my favorite city. I think it's just really cool. As for origins, we do have a new origin as well, going all the way down to Necrophage, which is also my new favorite origin. It's my new favorite way to play. It is really fun. You start with a pre-patent species, some subservient slave race to you, and then over time, these pups of the pre-patent species will become your type of pups, just over time, as they undergo necromorphosis or whatever they're calling it in the game. It's really, really cool. It is my new favorite way to play. So of course we're going to be choosing Necrophage in in my next game as the Necroids, because it's just so damn cool. I forgot to go over traits. I don't actually know if there are any new traits. I didn't see any. But I might be wrong. No, I don't see anything new there. So you just got the same normal types of ones. Although I will say immediately, you should not choose Rapid Breeders as a Necroid with Necrophage, because it does nothing. These guys do not breed, they necrophage, they necromorphosis on other pops. So don't choose Rapid Breeders. Obviously we need to choose the pre-patent species. Just choose humans for now, it doesn't really matter. Just want to get in there. Homeworld names, some in here. Azure Chalice, quite nice. Entropy's Promise, that's cool. I like Nightbirth as well as the star name. I like that, that's nice. Obviously we've done City Appearance, Origins, we've done Necrophage. For Government and Ethics, there are some new things in here that we can find. We've got... Naturally, they're not where they should be. We've got the Death Cult, although you can't be a necrophage with it, which is a bit annoying. We've also got Reanimated Armies, which is new, which is really, really cool. You know, the dead walk, and they fight for us. It's just beautiful. And then, of course, we've also got Memorialists, and I believe there's one more, but I might be wrong on that one. I think it is only 3, perhaps. I generally think that if you're going with Necrophage, you're probably going to want Spiritualism, maybe some Xenophilia might work, or Authoritarian would also work pretty well, so you can get them as slaves. That would work pretty nicely. I think definitely Spiritualist being, you know, with Death seems to work quite well. I don't really see Death working too well as a jump up to mechanical, you know, your synthetic ascension isn't really flavorful in my opinion. Although there is, and we forgot to look at this, a new pop type species look for if you become a robot, and we can go and have a look at that real quick now as well. Got the new machine, which is this guy, and he's okay. You know what? As far as robot species go, he is really nice. He is one of the best looking ones. I would say that my favorite is still the Lithoid robot, but I would say he's up there with the higher echelons. I just don't see which one of these Necroids really would turn themselves into a little spider bot. It doesn't sit right with me completely, so I probably won't be going Necroid Synthetic Ascension. I think Psionic is probably a bit more flavorful, and you know, flavor is kind of what I like in the game, so that's what I'll probably end up doing. But I'll do something like that just for now. We'll get ourselves an Imperial Society, and I guess we'll probably do Reanimated Armies just for the fun of it, and Philosopher King, Rulers and Governors less likely to gain negative traits. I didn't know that was a thing. I like it quite a lot. Something else that suits, maybe Byzantine Bureaucracy, sure. Although Vampires, Aristocratic Elite, probably fun too. So that's nice. Advisor voice, we do have a new Necroid advisor.
First time user setup initialized. First time user setup. First time death comes for all sapients in the end. Entropy, dilapidation, decay. The gradual heat death of the universe can be quite fascinating if you stop for a moment and think about it.
You know, it's some pretty fun stuff. He's alright. One of the better voice packs, perhaps. I still like quite a lot Authoritarian.
Is forcefully discouraged.
And everyone likes Slick Corporation. Or is it Ruthless? Oh no, the Worker. Everyone likes the Worker. But Necroid is, I mean, it suits. It's nice. I like it. Empire names. There's not much there. I like Devourers of Nightbirth. That's pretty cool. We'll go with that. I also did not see anything new with flags, but if I was going to choose something for death, In the pirate, there is a skull here that works fairly nicely. It would be nice if there was a new flag set, some upgrades. Fill all of these out. Give me double the amount of pirate ones. Pointy's fine, round's fine, zoological's fine, but just fill them out. Give me more. It would be nice. But we're gonna obviously go with that one. Circle it up. Yeah. I like green when it comes to what my ships look like, so we'll do that. Ship appearance, of course, we'll go with Necroid ships, and we'll wait until we're in-game before we have a look at the Necroid ships. And then for ruler, Archprophetess, that's just because we're a spiritualist. But names, we've got some fun names. Tone Petty, sure, why not? Interesting names for sure. Bel Kalon, sure, why not? And then obviously we've got the color variants for this guy as well. Some really nice ones there. I like this one. Clothing wise, we've got some clothes for him, which is always nice to get new clothes for new species packs. Some nice stuff in there, depending on what kind of rule you want to be. Like diplomatic, do you want to be spiritual? Do you want to be military? Do you want to be more military? Maybe, I don't know. More spiritual. It's just some nice color flavorness. As for rooms, I believe we have... Is this new for Necroids? I feel like it might be. And it goes immediately into Lithoids, so maybe that last one is what we're looking for. I'm just going to do a quick scan through these, because I actually don't know if there is new rooms. Which one would suit best? That one's quite nice. Always has been. Some bones on the wall for that one, of course. We've got some authoritarian-style ones. I think this one is the new one, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. So we'll choose that, and we'll go into the game now, and we'll have a look at the new ships for the Necroids, because they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. So here we have the new ship models. This footage, of course, coming from A-Spec. He is the master of Stellaris B-roll, and he's captured these ships in all their glory. We see the Titan there, the big beast. I absolutely love this ship. Big old gap down the middle of it. You can kind of see maybe where an ion cannon might be. Some battleships as well. They look really big and angry and lovely. Some of the various different kinds of mining stations and research stations are also looking really nice. I think actually every single one of the ships in this ship set is amazing. The coup de grace, of course, being the Juggernaut, very similar to the Avian one, a little bit less bat symbol-y and more high tech, maybe I want to say. I don't know. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if I would say it was very deathy, but it looks amazing nonetheless. Military station, fully upgraded, of course, as well. Looking absolutely fantastic. Looking really quite dangerous and lots of angles. And again, I'm not sure if I would say that it looks particularly tied to the death aesthetic, so if you're looking for something that is perhaps not not death related, but you want something that looks cool, then this ship set is absolutely going to work for you. But that's all I've got to really say on the Stellaris Necroids pack. If you would like to see more of it though, and where I'm going to be going into the campaign mechanics, then I will be putting out a new Let's Play with the Necroids, so keep an eye out for that coming in the next few days. But from me for now, thank you all very much for watching, and bye bye.